Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. This is just a video to enlighten some people out there. And you know what? I really do not like trolls and perpetrators, and I certainly don't post videos for people to discredit, call me names, and whatever. You do that, you get banned. You get reported first, and then you get banned. McGee, this person here. Let me read her comments to my post on tiger, kitty cat, and the bubbly dirt fungus. But before I do, this is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up. I received a comment from a gentleman. Hi, Lorraine. Very interesting footage. This is what the program does. Its purpose is to provoke a negative reaction. Therefore, the sum total of the negative reactions or emotions weakens and wears the TI down. The Masonic Order has a term for this. It's called the silent dagger. I responded, you're absolutely right. He actually responded to that post where this person, Sheila Jack, McGee, who's now blocked. Sheila McGee, McGee, you're blocked now. Reported and blocked. Lorraine, those are earthworm casings. I'm such a nut, I scoop them up off my grass and throw them into my vegetable garden. When I find them, black gold. Excuse me, Miss McGee, they're actually not worm casings. Most of my property is on rock. It's very rare that I find worms, and when I do, they're really far down. And unfortunately, the poisons that have been sprayed on my property have killed a lot of the worms. When I dig up the grass and whatever, the worms are dead. They're not alive. The difference between worm castings or casings and what I posted is that the worms, there's usually a tiny little hole in the middle. It's almost like they dig a little hole in the ground and then the dirt is around there like a little moat. That's not what I have on my grass. And your comments here, your despicable comments, and I'm going to read it out loud so that everybody knows when there's a perp amongst us. Okay? Alternative homesteading, you said you saw them just last year when it was dry. Fungus doesn't grow in dry conditions, but grass dies and worms eat it and leave casings behind. This isn't the first off-the-wall thing I've noticed. It's just the first time I've bothered to comment. Well, you know what? Don't bother to comment anymore. You're blocked. You try to discredit. What are you? You're being paid to harass me? Listen, I know my property better than anyone. And since I'm probably a little older than you, I've been gardening a lot longer. I've been growing and gardening since I'm about 8 years old. And I've been living here for almost 5 years. I know my property. I know what it looked like before and after, but you didn't see the before photos, did you, before you commented? It's actually a fungus, and it's being dropped onto my property. Because earthworm castings, whatever you want to call them, don't kill acres of grass. Okay? They don't burn and kill acres of grass. I don't have that many worms. And if you took the bother to notice that I have guinea fowl, they eat everything that moves. They eat the worms. They eat the bugs. They do this all day long. So here's her comment. This isn't the first off-the-wall thing I've noticed. It's just the first time I bothered to comment. Another was a kitty litter box with scratches at the bottom. Anyone who's had cats and cleaned their litter boxes regularly knows cats easily scratch the bottom of the litter box. No one's coming onto your property and making scratches on the bottom of your cat's litter boxes. Either You're deliberately deceptive, or you're losing your mind. There's no agree or disagree with the worm castings. That's what those are. Nothing dropped from the sky. I suggest you look into spiritual aspect of gang stalking. Because although I can agree that weapon testing has and may be conducted on civilians, no one is spraying stuff on your grass from helicopters or planes in the sky to kill your grass or spread fungus. You have to be either overly paranoid or imagining things, possibly a result of actual harassment making you that way, or you're making things up. I really hope it's not the latter, because some of us are actually having our space invaded, things stolen. In my case, it's my brother and flying monkeys, not the government or police. I need the help of police, and it worries me that you're causing others who do as well to fear law enforcement, when reality is there are good government officials and bad ones. Good law enforcement and bad ones, just like there are good normal people and bad ones. Exaggeration or hysteria over imagined things doesn't help anyone. Well, McGee, it sounds like you're a perpetrator. Either that or you're the one that's delusional, because you don't live here. You don't live my life. You don't photograph the before and after photos. And no, when a litter box is on the floor and there are scratches underneath the litter box, a brand new litter box with X's and Y's. No, my cats are not that smart. Cats are pretty smart. But I've never known a cat to deliberately turn their litter box upside down and scratch the upside down and sides of their new litter box. Okay? So with regard to good and bad police, there are good and bad officers, but the ones that go along to get along might as well just be as bad as the bad ones, because they're not doing their jobs. And if they're not going to do their job and serve and protect the law for everybody, then they need to be gone. And who knows if it's your brother or the flying monkeys? Maybe you're the one that's delusional. Maybe it's not your brother. Maybe you're projecting onto your brother. Maybe you've got childhood issues with your brother. Maybe there's some envy or jealousy with your brother. I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go, because I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I've never seen your face. You've got very little on your channel, just like most perpetrators. But please, you're now banned from my channel, so keep your comments to yourself. If you don't have anything good to say about something, then don't say it at all. And as you said, this is the first time you decided to comment. Okay? Oh, and that I'm making it bad for everybody else. But just as a commenter said, it's very interesting footage, Lorraine. This is what the program does. Its purpose is to provoke a negative reaction. Therefore, the sum total of the negative reactions, the emotions, weakens and wears down the TI. The Masonic Order have a term for this. It's called the silent dagger. Well, McGee or Sheila Jack, go to somebody else's channel. Oh, and by the way, I saw photos of the worm casings. And yes, there's usually a little hole in the middle. And yes, they are great. But I don't have that issue here. And when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey, it was spread all over my sod. And wherever it was spread, it caused the green grass to die out. It's a poison. So they may be mixing worm casings with their poison. But I'm not going to give you another part of my day. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it anything at all. I'm open to agree to disagree. But when you're nasty, oh, patience. Zero. You're out to discredit people. Go find somebody else. You're gone. Sayonara. So, everybody, that was my little rant for today. McGee, you're gone. Goodbye. Maybe you're not a perp. Maybe you're a real targeted person. Or maybe you're not being targeted like I am, okay? And no, it's not that I'm any special than anybody else, but I've had this conversation before. People who own property, land, house, are targeted very differently than renters. That's just the way it is. And everybody has a program. And actually, there are other women who own homes that are targeted, that are experiencing the same thing that I do. The property vandalism. I even had somebody email me that somebody's urinating in her cat boxes and it's not her cat. So maybe you're the one that's delusional. Get with the program. This stuff is really happening. It's happening by psychopaths, addicts. And I just want to read to you, and I don't know, this is the very first time I'm even reading her profile. It says, to the person projecting their negative crap, mind games, and toxic behavior onto me, you need to stop. It's not going to work. You need help and are delaying the inevitable. All the trickery in the world will not change the truth or facts. Now, I'm hearing from this woman for the first time today. I don't know who she is. But obviously, she has problems with other people too. She's a troubled person who has difficulty with other people. So here, she's got 43 subscribers, 6 videos. She's joined 2011. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So here you go, folks. You can decide for yourself. She's gone from my channel. If anybody else has had difficulty with this person, please let me know. But anyway, it is still overcast, yucky here. We've literally had no sun. Humid. Humid meaning like it's going to rain again. It's in the 30s. It's just unbelievable. So I think it was Off Grid with Doug and Stacy who mentioned something about the weather. And then other people have chimed in from other states saying that they have had no sun either. So there was somebody from Pennsylvania, somebody from New York, then me here in Kentucky. And we're all saying the same things about the weather, about what's going on in the skies, but also the fact that they haven't had any sun either. So anyway, if you want to chime in, give us an update on what the weather's doing by you, especially if you're on the East Coast, So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. The little black tiger cat is still here, and yes, my property is being poisoned. And you discredit me, you piece of crap. I will call you out every day of the week. Because until you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, you keep your thoughts to yourself. They're not even thoughts. This is perpetrator behavior. Yeah, and my cats, they're not that smart. They don't know how to turn a litter box upside down to scratch X's on the bottom and the sides. So here, I'm just, so that you could see this. I just want you to see this, because when I went back to my page to respond to it, it's gone. So either she deliberately removed it or Facebook did. And it's not being held for review. So it's very possible that she deleted it. Okay? So here you go. I don't make things up, by the way. I speak the truth, always do, provide evidence, and if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Your comments are no longer welcome here. I don't see any of your videos helping the community. So anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I wanted you to see this because I can't locate it. under the video anymore. So she must have deleted it. But I want you to see this. And this is the way perpetrators twist things. Fungus doesn't grow in dry conditions. That's absolutely true. But it was being dumped last year, at the end of the year, on top of good grass, green grass. Okay? It was dumped on green grass to cause it to die out. And it's greasy, it's slippery, and it's a poison. And I know for a fact, because not only did I ask AI that gave me the correct answer, but when it happens in New Jersey, I actually sent it for a soil sample. It was not anything to do with worms, girlie. But I appreciate your uneducated opinion. I'm going to sign off for now.